My beloved child, now that you have heard and responded to the call from the realm of light, do not think the journey has come to an end. For in truth, that is only the first threshold opening into the path I want to lead you through more deeply in watchfulness, faith, and courage. That call is not a stopping point for you to become satisfied with yourself, but an invitation to enter a new life, where every step must be guided by the light that comes from me. The world you are living in is not as quiet as you might wish. It is filled with competing voices, filled with things that glitter on the outside, filled with promises that sound pleasant yet may lead you away from the truth. Therefore, the first thing I want to teach you, after you recognize my call, is to learn how to walk in the light, not a light you create by your own willpower, nor a light that comes from the praise of people, but the holy light that flows from my presence. The presence of the one who sees through every hidden place and still loves you with an unchanging love. My child, the light I speak of is not merely something the physical eyes can see. It is the light of truth, wisdom, purity, and deep peace that no circumstance can extinguish. When that light shines upon your life, it does not only show you the road ahead, but also shines into the hidden corners of your heart, where you once stored fear, old wounds, scattered thoughts, and silent desires that have not yet been placed under my guidance. Do not be afraid when the light exposes those things. I do not shine my light to shame you. I do not bring what is hidden before your eyes in order to condemn you, but to heal, liberate, and make you lighter. The things that remain in darkness often have power to wear you down, but when they are brought into my light, they gradually lose their power to bind you and become the very place where grace begins to work. That light is also a mirror that helps you recognize your true identity. When you look at yourself only through failure, you easily believe that you are weak and insignificant. When you look at yourself only through the opinions of others, you are easily pulled up and down according to their changes. But when you see yourself in the light I give, you will realize that you are not an accident, not the product of painful events, not someone defined by the past. You are a work I created in love, called by name with tenderness, placed into life with a purpose no one can take away. My light does not deny your limitations, but it shows you that within you there are still good seeds I planted from the beginning, waiting to be watered by faith and obedience. To walk in the light, you must learn discernment. Not everything that shines comes from me. Not every open door is a door I want you to enter. And not every sweet word carries life. There are opportunities that come beautifully to the eye, yet inside them is haste that causes you to lose peace. There are relationships that make you feel lifted for a moment, yet little by little pull you away from what is pure. There is counsel that sounds reasonable, but without the breath of holy wisdom, it may lead you onto a crooked path. If you rely only on reason, there will be times when appearances deceive you. Therefore, I invite you to train the sensitivity of your mind and heart by staying near me, listening to me, becoming familiar with the rhythm of my peace, so that you may recognize what is true light and what is only a false flame glittering in the night. Remember the story of my people passing through the wilderness, and you will see a profound image of a life walking in the light. They did not have a long map spread out before them, did not know every stage of the road, and could not control tomorrow. But they were led by the sign I gave, and they had to learn a difficult yet precious lesson when I moved. They moved when I stopped. They stopped. That required humility, because human beings often want to grasp the direction themselves, choose the timing themselves, and open the way according to their own understanding. But my light does not always illuminate the entire journey at once. Many times I shine just enough for the next step, so that you may learn to trust me in each part of the road. You do not need to see the whole future in order to have peace. You only need to know that my hand is holding you, and my light is enough for today. Walking in the light also means living truthfully before me. The world often teaches you to wear masks, hide pain, paint perfection over yourself, and smile even when something inside is cracked. But I do not need you to pretend. I am not impressed by a well-arranged outward appearance while your heart is weary. Come to me as you are. If you are weak, tell me. If you are afraid, tell me. If you are still entangled, place it before me. I do not drive you away because of your truth. It is precisely when you are honest that I can touch the place that needs healing. Living in the light is not declaring that you have no flaws left. It is having the courage to place every flaw under grace, so that I may transform each part with my patient love. You must also know that darkness does not easily let go of the one who has chosen the light. It will try to pull you back through lies, old memories, shame, and voices that make you doubt your worth. It will whisper that you are not good enough, that you misunderstood the call, that you will not go far, that this light is not meant for you. But my beloved child, when those words come, do not converse with them for long. Stand in the truth. Remember what I have spoken over you. Let my promise become a bright sword in your hand, cutting off accusations and rebuilding faith within you. You do not defeat darkness by arguing with it, but by turning your face toward the light and continuing to walk. On this journey, learn to take small but steady steps. Do not demand to understand everything before you obey. There are stretches of the road I will not fully open before your eyes, because I want you to learn daily trust. Like one carrying a lamp in the night, you see only a few steps ahead, but that is enough to keep you from stumbling. When you are faithful with the small step today, I will prepare the greater step tomorrow. When you keep your heart upright in small matters, I will give you wisdom to stand firm in greater matters. Do not be afraid, because you do not yet know the whole road. The one who knows the end of the road is walking with you from the beginning. The light will also show you the things that must be released. There are habits that were once familiar, but no longer nourish you. There are repeated thoughts that only make you smaller. There are relationships that require you to trade away peace. There are old ways of living that cannot go with you into the new season. I know, letting go is not easy, because the old often carries its own familiarity, even when it hurts you. But every time you lay down what no longer belongs to the light, your hands are open to receive something better from me. I do not take away in order to impoverish you. I clear space so that your life may have room for new life, new joy, and the freedom for which you once prayed through tears. And my child, the light I place within you is not only for you. When you walk in the light, you will become a gentle sign for others. They will see the way you respond to hurt with softness, the way you keep peace amid confusion, the way you love when you could have become cold, the way you forgive without losing wisdom. You do not need to shout loudly to prove that you belong to me. A pure life, an uplifting word, an act of kindness, a peaceful presence can become a ray of light entering someone else's dark day. When you allow my light to shine through your life, you are quietly inviting others to draw near to the true source of light. So remember, my beloved child, walking in the light is the journey of a lifetime, woven through small choices each day. Every time you choose truth instead of hiding, you are walking in the light. Every time you choose to listen instead of rushing, you are walking in the light. Every time you choose obedience instead of compromise, you are walking in the light. Not one such choice is useless before me. I see every tear, every hidden prayer. Every time you resist darkness in order to keep your heart pure, choose the light. Love the truth, and let every step of yours become a quiet yet powerful declaration that you belong to me, the Almighty One, the one who is leading you from dawn to dawn. My beloved child, I will continue to lead you into the depth of a life of faith revealed in the very ordinary things of each day. Faith is not given to you so it may lie still like a beautiful idea in your mind, nor so that you may keep it only in solemn prayers while it remains separated from how you live, how you speak, and how you treat others. True faith always has hands, feet, eyes, choices, and courage to turn what you believe into something others can touch. When you receive my love, I do not want only for you to have peace for yourself. I also want you to become a small stream, bringing coolness to the dry ground around you. When you are lifted by grace, I invite you to become a sign of that grace for the weak, the lonely, the forgotten, and even those who do not yet know how to name their pain. First, understand that a life of virtue does not begin with great works that many people see, but with small things repeated in secret, a promise kept, a truthful sentence spoken even when it may cost you, a duty performed carefully when no one praises you, an upright decision made when you have the chance to slip past what is right. All these things are shaping the inner form of who you are. You may speak much about love, but if your hands wound the vulnerable, if you use cleverness to take another person's portion, if you cover selfishness with noble words, then those words become only an empty vessel. I do not seek outward decorations in you. I seek a true heart, a consistent life, a faith that can step into the street, the kitchen, the workplace, the family, and the collisions of ordinary life while still carrying my fragrance. Each morning when you wake, before your heart is pulled into calculations, practice asking a simple question: how can I love through you today? Sometimes the answer will not be a great work, but only a warm greeting to someone who is tired, yielding in a moment when you could have fought for the better part, sending a message of care to someone who has been silent for a long time, showing kindness to someone who serves you, or being honest in something very small. Do not underestimate tiny drops of water, because many drops form a stream. Do not underestimate one good act, because in my hands, something small can become a seed sown into a future you have not yet seen. Next, let kindness guide the way you see others. Kindness is not a passing emotion when you are moved by a pitiful situation. Kindness is the habit of a heart that knows how to bend down, listen, and see dignity in those whom life has forgotten. When you meet the poor, do not look at them only through their lack, but see them as people created by me with deep worth. When you meet someone who has done wrong, do not quickly turn them into their mistake, but ask whether there is a wound that needs healing. When you meet someone difficult, do not react only to the thorns they show, but ask me to help you see the fear hidden behind them. Kindness does not make you weak. It makes you more like me. It does not erase the truth, but speaks the truth with hands that carry medicine, not with a blade meant to wound. You also need to practice justice with humility. Justice is not anger dressed in moral clothing, nor is it the desire to win so you can prove that you are right. Justice is bringing what is crooked back into its proper place, protecting those without a voice, lifting up the oppressed, and courageously correcting what is wrong without losing compassion. If you stand up for the weak, stand with a heart cleansed of pride. If you speak for those who have been wounded, speak with truth and gentleness. If you correct an injustice, do not let your heart become a place where bitterness grows. Justice separated from love becomes hard. Love without justice easily becomes silence before wrong. I want you to learn to walk with both, firm as stone in what is right, yet soft as oil in the way you treat others. In daily life, integrity is the garment you must wear, even when no one is watching. Integrity is not performing a good appearance before a crowd, but keeping your heart whole in hidden corners, when you could take more without being discovered but still choose not to take it. When you could bend the truth a little for your own benefit but still choose honesty. When you could be lazy because no one is checking but still complete your part. Then you are offering me a quiet sacrifice. People of integrity may not always be applauded, but they become a foundation for trust. And where such people exist, peace begins to find a place. Community begins to be healed, and relationships begin to be able to lean on one another. I also want you to practice compassion in every relationship. Compassion does not mean agreeing with everything wrong, nor does it mean letting others continue to hurt you without boundaries. Compassion is choosing the path of healing instead of revenge, knowing that behind many hardened behaviors, there may be a heart that has once been broken, and being willing to speak the right word at the right time without using that word to crush anyone. When you come beside someone in pain, do not rush to fill the silence with advice. Sometimes, what they need first is not an answer, but a calm presence, ears that know how to listen, and eyes that do not judge. You will be surprised to learn that many wounds begin to heal not because of long explanations, but because someone is willing to stay long enough for the suffering person to know they are not abandoned. Your faith must also take on the form of service. Service is not only standing in formal places or doing work that is recognized, but also bending down to do what no one wants to do. It is bringing a meal to a grieving family, helping an elderly person through a difficult day, teaching a child their lesson, cleaning a neglected place, sitting with the sick, sharing what you have with the one in need, and working quietly without demanding that anyone mention your name. Service is the language of love that even those who do not understand doctrine can recognize. When you serve, you let yourself become smaller and allow my compassion to grow larger within you. When you do this with humility, every small act becomes a footprint of light upon the earth. However, you need perseverance, because good works do not always bloom immediately before your eyes. Sometimes you will give without being thanked. Sow love and receive only coldness. Try to correct what is right while results still come slowly. Do not grow weary because of this. Good seed often needs time in the dark soil before it rises above the ground. There are things you do today that others may only understand years later. There are kind words you speak that may become a lifebuoy for someone in a dark night without you ever knowing. I see what you do in secret. I preserve those seeds. The harvest does not always come according to your calendar, but no good work done in love is forgotten before me. To live this way, you must care for your inner life through holy disciplines. Prayer is not a ritual to complete, but the breath that keeps you near me. Listening to my word is not merely reading enough, but allowing that light to dig deep into the hardened layers within you, correcting what is crooked, strengthening what is weak, and watering what is dry. Silence is not escape from the world, but the room where you let the noise settle so you may hear my voice more clearly. If you keep giving without returning to the source, you will become depleted. If you do good works only by your own strength, you may easily become bitter when they are not returned. Stay near me each day, not because I need you to give me time, but because you need to be nourished by the unfailing source of life, so that what you give is not only effort, but a flow from my love. Finally, remember that your whole life is a testimony. People may forget what you say, but they will remember how you treat them when they are weak, how you keep peace when offended, how you do what is right when you could do wrong, how you serve when you are not praised, and how you love without display. Let your words be gentle, but let your actions carry weight. Let your faith shine not through noise, but through consistency. When others see the peace within you, your kindness, your integrity, your courage in justice, and your humility in service, they will recognize that there is a source of light at work behind that life. My beloved child, I have placed within you a beautiful responsibility to make my love visible in the world through concrete actions. Do not store faith away like a jewel locked in a box. Let it shine in your home, in your work, in your words, in the way you spend, in the way you forgive, in the way you defend the weak, and in the way you care for small things. Do not seek human recognition, because their praise comes and goes like the wind. Live so that my name may be lifted high through the goodness you sow. And when you grow tired, return to me. When you doubt, sit again in my word. When you are disappointed, look up to the love that opened the way for you. You have been called to do great things through small acts each day. And those small acts, when soaked in love, we will come together into a quiet river, renewing the world around you. My beloved child, I know there were times when you thought the journey that belongs to me is measured only by radiant moments. When your heart burns, your lips easily lift praise, and everything within you seems to move in harmony with holiness. But my child, true life with me does not only appear in hours when emotions rise high, it is proven in long, quiet days, in dry seasons, in times when you still walk, though you see no clear sign, still pray, though your heart has not yet felt the answer, still choose what is right, though no one sees. It is there that your faithfulness is no longer merely a beautiful word, but becomes living evidence that my love has taken root within you. I do not seek in you a fire that only flares up and then goes out. I want to keep within you a lasting light, quiet yet unwilling to surrender before storms. Have you ever wondered why many people begin so strongly, yet over time become cold? It is not because they never loved, nor because they were never touched, but because their roots were not deep enough to pass through days when emotion no longer supported them. There are seeds that rise very quickly in shallow soil, making those who see them think they will soon bear fruit. But when the fierce sun comes, when trials place weight upon life, they wither because they lack depth. I do not want you to have only a beautiful beginning. I want you to have an enduring journey, a life deeply rooted in my love, so that when the heat burns and contrary winds pass through, you will still stand firm and bear fruit in the right season. Therefore, do not be afraid if your emotions are no longer as bright as in the first days. Mature love is not always a great flame that moves you to tears. Many times it is a steady ember, quietly warming through long months and days. When you still come to me, though your heart is dry. When you still open my word, though your mind is weary. When you still choose forgiveness, though the wound still aches. That is when your faith is growing in depth. I want you to love me, not only because of sweet feelings, but because you know I am the faithful Father, unchanged by seasons, not leaving you when you are weak, not forgetting you when you cannot yet see the road. When you pass through long days that seem to have no answer, you often think I am silent because I am distant. But my beloved child, my silence is not always absence. Sometimes, in that very quiet, I am deepening the foundation within you, teaching you to trust my presence more than outward signs. I do not want you to be steady only when every door opens, but also at peace when you must stand before a closed door. I do not want you to praise only when blessings are given, but also to lean on me when your hands are empty. It is precisely when you have nothing left to cling to but me that you will discover I am the firmest portion of your life. Remember, faithfulness is not a heavy burden I place upon your shoulders, but a gentle testimony written through each day you live. When you choose honesty instead of compromise, when you keep your heart tender instead of letting bitterness prevail, when you pray for the one who wounded you, when you do good without needing anyone to know, all of it rises like a song before me. Do not think only great works have value. Many times what delights me most is the small choice made with the whole heart, a gentle word, a quiet act of patience, a hidden kindness, one silent minute you give to me in the middle of a busy day. I see, I remember, and I cherish these things as treasures. There are times when faithfulness makes you feel lonely among the crowd. People may not understand why you refuse the easy road, why you do not answer with the same bitterness, why you still believe when circumstances have not changed. They may think you are weak, slow, or unable to take advantage of opportunity. But I see the courage in your choice. I know the cost of uprightness. I know the loneliness of the one who wants to live differently. You do not need to prove yourself before every outside voice. Continue being faithful in what I have placed before you. For the seeds you sow today will one day bloom in a way no one can deny. Do not lose heart before delay. I am the Father of beginnings, but I am also the Father of processes. You often want every prayer answered immediately, every door opened at once, every wound healed in a moment. But I know how to work more deeply than your haste. Every seemingly ordinary day is still contributing to endurance. Every slow step in obedience is placing another stone in the foundation of faith. Every time you do not give up, your roots go deeper into grace. Do not despise small days, because in those very days, I am preparing you for greater things. When you are weary, lift your eyes toward the eternal homeland, where every tear will be wiped away, where the things you did in secret will be revealed beneath the light of glory. This is not a vague comfort, but the hope I place within you, so that the narrowness of the present will not swallow you. The night may be long, but dawn does not forget the way to arrive. Trials may last, but they have no right to write the final chapter of your life. When my light shines fully, you will see that not one faithful step of yours was ever meaningless. Today, I call you not to abandon faithfulness. Though you are weak, draw near to me. Though you stumble, rise again in grace. Though you have not yet seen the result, continue sowing what is good. I do not demand that you become perfect immediately. I desire to see in you a heart that does not give up, a heart that knows how to return, a life willing to let me shape it day by day. Let every morning become a new beginning, every evening a time to place all things in my hands. You do not walk alone. I am with you in silence, in waiting, in every tear and every word of thanksgiving. And one day, your steadfastness will shine like a crown, not because you were never weak, but because you allowed my love to keep you to the end. My beloved child, when I lead you to the place where you must acknowledge your mistakes, I do not want you to sink into shame, but to see before you a road of return. That road is repentance, not a passing apology, nor a few tears after which you return to the old pattern. Repentance is the turning of the whole heart. The moment you stop in the wrong path, stop justifying yourself, stop avoiding the light, and courageously return to me, like a traveler who realizes they have lost the way. If they only weep, yet continue walking in the old direction, they will move farther from home. But when they stop, acknowledge the truth, and turn back, the journey of restoration has begun. You need to distinguish between regret and repentance. Regret only makes your heart heavy and causes you to grieve over consequences, but it does not always bring you into renewal. Repentance goes deeper. It turns pain into a decision, tears into a step forward, brokenness into soft soil, where I can sow something new. I do not call you to repentance in order to crush you, but to free you from the things that have quietly bound you. When you dare to say, "Father, I was wrong," darkness loses its power, because what was hidden has been brought before the light of my love. A truly repentant heart no longer points fingers to blame, does not decorate its mistake with beautiful words, and does not try to keep what caused it to stumble. It knows how to bow in truth, confess without evasion, and walk differently than before. If a habit is pulling you away from purity, cut it off. If an environment is darkening your heart, leave it. If pride is keeping you from hearing correction, allow me to soften your heart. Repentance is not seen only in words, but in the way you choose your path again each day. Therefore, do not fear repentance. My child, fear hardness of heart. Do not be ashamed of truthful tears. Be concerned about a heart that no longer trembles before my call. Come near to me, without hiding, without pretending to be strong. For I am a merciful Father who does not drive away the child who knows how to return. I will wash clean what has defiled you, heal the memories that still hurt, and turn the place that once broke into a testimony of grace. What you thought was the ending can become the first page of a new life. If today you open your heart and let me continue writing that story with unchanging love,